Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Worldview Channel 247. I'm Jack, bringing you in-depth coverage of critical security and diplomatic developments across the globe. Tonight's program will take you from the Gulf of Thailand to the sands of the Middle East, examining naval drills, air patrols, border disputes, cutting-edge weapon innovations, and the shifting posture of superpowers. Please stay with us for the next 14 minutes. Royal Cambodian Navy Live-Fire exercise. Earlier this month, the Royal Cambodian Navy's Ream Naval Base issued a public notice alerting fishermen and local maritime traffic that live ammunition exercises would take place in Cambodian territorial waters. Scheduled for June 11th through 13th, these drills were set to occur in the channel between Polowai Island and Koh Cotang strategic outpost in Pria Sihanouk province. Notices published by the Ministry of Defense advise that all civilian vessels maintain a safe distance of at least 5 nautical miles from the exercise zone, warning of potential hazards from stray rounds and unexploded ordnance. Despite the clear timetable, Thailand's Nation newspaper reported that adverse monsoon winds and heavy seas forced a postponement. The first live-fire salvos were not launched until June 13th. Rear Admiral Heng Som Nang, commanding officer of Ream Naval Base, explained in an official press briefing that the delay was solely weather-related. He emphasized that the purpose of the exercise was not large-scale combat rehearsal, but rather training to sharpen the Navy's marksmanship and to validate shipboard weapon systems under realistic conditions. Approximately 50 sailors and Marines took part, operating a variety of vessels. These included a P-2DC high-speed patrol craft designed for rapid interdiction and coastal surveillance, a P-46C armed patrol boat equipped with a 30mm autocannon and multiple machine gun mounts, 2 smaller rigid-hull inflatable boats, RHIBs, used for close-in maneuvers and boarding party drills. The drill sequence began with live ammunition bursts from twin 50-caliber machine guns mounted on the P-2DC, followed by precision gunnery from the P-46C's autocannon. The RHIBs conducted target spotting runs under simulated conditions, relaying fire control data electronically to the larger vessels. Observers noted calm discipline as crews practiced ceasefire protocols and immediate action drills for misfires. No foreign military observers or partner nation assets were involved, underscoring Cambodia's intention to keep the exercise strictly national in scope. Royal Thai Air Force Armed Surveillance Mission. On June 13th, the same day Cambodia finally opened fire, the Royal Thai Air Force RTAF activated an armed aerial patrol over the northern reaches of the Gulf of Thailand. Squadron 701 of Wing 7, based at U Tapao Royal Thai Navy Airfield, deployed 2 JS-39 Gripen multi-role fighters. Their mission, an armed reconnaissance sortie to monitor potential incursions and to assert Thailand's sovereign rights. The Gripens flew at an altitude of approximately 15,000 feet, employing onboard M53 radars to track surface vessels and potential low-altitude air contacts near Koh Kamur in Surat Thani province. Each aircraft carried 2 AM-120 AMRAAM medium-range air-to-air missiles for self-defense, 2 GBU-12 Paveway 2 laser-guided bombs for precision strikes should rules of engagement escalate, a full complement of 30mm internal cannon rounds. General Thana Chantavong, spokesperson for the Royal Thai Armed Forces, issued a statement reiterating that no Cambodian unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, or manned aircraft had violated Thai airspace on June 13th, despite Phnom Penh's earlier allegations to the contrary. He said Thailand remained committed to upholding international norms even as the region experiences renewed maritime tensions. Gripen jets have become the backbone of Thailand's high-end deterrence strategy since their induction in 2011. Their participation highlights Bangkok's determination to maintain a robust defensive posture over critical sea lanes. The RTAF routinely rotates these assets through patrols over both the Gulf of Thailand and the Andaman Sea, ready to support all branches of the Thai Armed Forces. Cambodia-Thailand Border Committee meeting and excluded topics. Meanwhile, diplomatic channels between Phnom Penh and Bangkok saw a long-awaited breakthrough. On June 14th, after a 12-year hiatus, the Cambodia-Thailand Joint Boundary Committee, JBC, reconvened for high-level talks in Phnom Penh. The JBC is mandated to finalize border demarcation along more than 800 kilometers of shared frontier, a task left unfinished since 2013. However, two contentious issues were expressly excluded from the agenda: temple precinct disputes, the Preah Vihear Temple Plateau Tamoan, and the Krebe complexes in the Mompov Khao Ang Ru Nai areas remained contested. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet declared on Facebook that he would refer these disputes directly to the International Court of Justice ICJ, seeking a binding judicial ruling. Phnom Penh plans to submit its formal application on June 15, 2025, insisting the move is necessary after years of stalled bilateral negotiations. Border crossing closures. On June 10th, Thai authorities unilaterally closed several border gates, including the Duchong checkpoint in Cambodia's Bantay Menchi province. Hun Manet stated that border gate openings and closures fall outside the JBC's jurisdiction and must be handled bilaterally. He insisted Cambodia would restore crossing operations to their pre-June 10th status, citing the inviolable right of cross-border communities to trade and travel. Despite these omissions, Cambodian Senate President Samdech Techo Hun Sen publicly endorsed the government's stance. He urged Thai farmers whose fruit exports have been trapped at the frontier to petition their military leaders directly for reopening. He also highlighted recent Cambodian reprisals against Bangkok, from throttling Thai internet bandwidth to banning Thai film imports. 3D printed anti-personnel mines in Eastern Europe. Turning now to Europe, Russian engineering battalions stationed near the Ukraine border have uncovered a new generation of improvised explosive devices, IEDs, 3D printed, plastic-cased anti-personnel mines. First reported by state news agency TASS, these devices are being laid along remote forest and mountain tracks, posing grave threats to foot patrols and armored convoys. Key characteristics of these 3D printed mines include minimal metal content. Their polymer construction evades metal detectors, forcing deminers to rely on slow manual probing. Lightweight camouflage design. Molded to mimic natural debris, leaves, bark fragments, even small rocks, they blend seamlessly into the environment. Rapid production. Ukrainian bomb maker collectives leverage desktop FDM printers to produce dozens of units per day, bypassing supply chain constraints on ordnance. An unnamed commander of a Russian combat engineer detachment revealed that these improvised devices have frustrated conventional clearance vehicles, such as the Uran-6 robotic mine-clearing system. In some operations, sappers have resorted to handheld detectors and steel probes, methods that drastically slow progress and heighten risk. British magazine The Economist reported that between January and April 2023, a single Ukrainian workshop produced over 30,000 3D printed mines. At that time, the factory's output was doubling weekly, underscoring the strategic advantage of low-cost, decentralized manufacturing. Often referred to informally as bunny mines due to their fragility and plastic appearance, these devices can be fitted with simple spring-activated fuses and packed with C4 charges. Their penetration capability rivals or exceeds that of conventional AP mines, making them a potent barrier against advancing units. Analysts warn that widespread deployment of such munitions could reshape frontline tactics on both sides of the conflict. Israel-Iran confrontation and regional alignments. Our final segment brings us to the Middle East, where Israel and Iran stand on the brink of broader confrontation. In late May, Israel launched Operation Lion's Den, a series of preemptive airstrikes targeting suspected nuclear weapons development sites and IRGC Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps installations around Tehran. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in turn vowed a crushing response, a promise he began to fulfill by dispatching over 100 uncrewed aerial vehicles, UAVs, toward Israeli airspace on June 9th. Military balance and doctrine. Air power. Israel operates roughly 612 frontline combat aircraft, including advanced F-15IA, F-16I Sufa, and F-35 Adir stealth fighters. Iran fields about 551 combat jets, largely older F-4 Phantoms, F-5 Freedom fighters, And domestically upgraded Su-24s hampered by sanctions that preclude major upgrades. Naval forces. Israel boasts the Sa'ar 6 corvettes equipped with long-range anti-ship missiles and Dolphin-class submarines capable of nuclear deterrence. Iran relies on swarms of high-speed attack craft mini-submarines and shore-launched cruise missiles, but its larger frigate fleet remains outdated. Missile defenses and strike systems. Israel deploys Iron Dome tactical short-range David's Sling medium-range and Arrow 3 exo-atmospheric ballistic defense. Its Jericho series cruise missiles have ranges of up to 6,500 kilometers with potential nuclear capability. Iran holds the Middle East's largest ballistic missile arsenal, Shahab 3 range, 2,000 kilometer Khorramshahr range, 450 kilometer in mobile launchers complicating preemption. It also supplies proxies such as Hezbollah with short-range rockets, cyber, and intelligence. In cyberspace, Israel's Unit 8200 and military intelligence units conduct sophisticated electronic warfare and cyber espionage operations. Iran's IRGC Cyber Command fields dedicated hackers but generally lacks the agility and reach of its Israeli counterparts. Israel's fusion of human intelligence, Mossad Aman, with SIGINT and cyber capabilities creates a formidable intelligence apparatus. Strategic posture. Israel embraces a deter and strike first doctrine leveraging U.S. support and advanced technology. Iran employs asymmetric strategies, missiles, UAV swarms, and regional proxies to offset conventional inferiority. U.S. force posture in the Middle East. Against this backdrop, the United States is repositioning assets to reassure allies and deter escalation. U.S. Central Command reports naval deployments. USS Thomas Hudner, DDG-116. An Aegis-equipped destroyer optimized for ballistic missile defense is transiting from the Mediterranean to the eastern Mediterranean. A second Arleigh Burke-class destroyer is on high alert in the 6th Fleet area of responsibility. Carrier strike groups. USS Enterprise remains in the Arabian Sea under Carrier Air Wing 5, providing flexible strike options. USS Nimitz operates in the Indo-Pacific but remains available for redeployment. USS George Washington docked in Japan can be diverted if needed. Ground forces. U.S. troop levels in the region have increased from approximately 30,000 to 40,000, including Marine Expeditionary Units and Army Combat Brigades on rotational deployment. Non-combatant evacuation protocols have been activated at U.S. embassies in Tel Aviv and Amman, preparing for potential regional fallout. The White House has confirmed that President Joe Biden has held multiple phone conversations with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Senior U.S. officials indicate that Washington remains committed to simultaneously supporting Israel's defense and pursuing diplomatic avenues with Iran, potentially through special envoy talks in Oman or other neutral venues. Implications and outlook. The convergence of these events, live-fire drills in Southeast Asia naval and aerial deployments, renewed borderline negotiations, 3D printed mines in Eastern Europe, and the Israel-Iran standoff underscores a global security environment marked by contested waters, gray zone tactics, and rapid technological adaptation. Key takeaways. Regional signaling. Cambodia and Thailand are flexing maritime and air capabilities to reinforce sovereignty even as they navigate sensitive border disputes. Warfare innovation. The proliferation of improvised 3D printed explosives in Ukraine signals a shift toward low-cost, high-lethality armaments. Asymmetric dynamics. Israel and Iran continue to leverage proxy cyber tools and missile arsenals, while the United States repositions forces to bolster deterrence. As these developments unfold, Worldview Channel 247 will continue to provide comprehensive analysis and on-the-ground reporting. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Jack. From all of us at Worldview Channel 247, stay informed,